All right, whoa. I got the phone on the headboard, and this is legit like my 15th time trying to make this video, so I thank you for watching. I hope that it helps someone out there, because YouTube really helped me getting into this trucking world. I actually started at Lone Star Stevens out in Houston, and there we go, and they was playing with my stuff. They had like holds and stuff for no reason, so I actually went out to Prime, and life happens. This is another video. I'm just trying to give y'all like an update, and I'm back at Stevens basically. So I'm here in Dallas at the Crosslands. If you know anybody who ever went through Stevens training and stayed at Crosslands or any of their motels, really, then you know what's up. Like, come here, pray before you come, and just hope for the best. You got to be driven if this is what you want, because it's gonna be some things back to back to back that's just like, but I mean, just get through the training process and dip if you want to after you get your CDL. That's what a lot of people did. I'm gonna start with this, the Greyhound experience. My recruiter told me, which was a lie, which is to be expected, but my recruiter told me not to drive and get here, and it's a whole big old Walmart parking lot full of freaking cars of students that drove. Life is just easier that way, because if you catch the shuttle, the first one comes at 5:15, and there are usually like at least 30 people waiting on it, so you might have to wait for the next one, and then the next one might not come till 6:15, even though it's supposed to come every 15 minutes, and you're supposed to be at school at 7. But if you catch the shuttle, they kind of work with you. It depends. You might want to meet somebody, get cool with somebody who drove, because yeah, that Greyhound experience ain't no joke, especially if you're coming from far. See, people that was on it for 36 hours, thank you Lord, my trip was only 4 hours from Houston. So yeah, just be ready for an experience and just try to look at the brighter side of things. Speaking of recruiters lie, just know that when you get here, stories change. People gonna be telling you things. You kind of just gotta go with the flow and just keep asking questions, but don't take nothing nobody say as Bible, like, until you actually go through it yourself, and then determine from there if you really want to go through that. Like, for instance, if you don't like your roommate, you can request for a new roommate like that. But if you don't like the way that Stevens runs, like how they tell you one thing and the next day is something different, that's something that you can't control, and you probably just gonna have to deal with. And that's regardless of the trucker school that you go through. Like, just make it through the training and say a prayer, man. Prayers, oh man. Thank you, Lord, and thank you, my angel Kedrick. I miss you so much, my brother. Thank you for watching over me, because I would not be able to make it. Like, I would not. It's an experience that is like none before. One, I've never woke up so early in the morning and went to bed so late. Like, there's a lot of studying involved, and mind you, I was studying before I even got out here. So, like, yeah, it's a lot of studying, it's a lot of cramming in your head. You might get dehydrated like I did, so you want to drink a lot of water and Gatorade and eat right. Your eating habits will change. I went from eating home cooked meals to freaking pizza and eating stuff I don't normally eat, I guess you could say. So you just gonna have to adjust for trucking life. It's what it is, what it is. Now, I'm not about to be like this when I get my own. Obviously, I'm gonna be going shopping at the store, but as far as what's around here, it's restaurants around here like IHOP, Sonic, freaking, it's a taco place, it's places, but stores, like, I'm used to going and being able to cook or eat my mama home cooked food. I miss you, Mom. I love you. But Crossland, we have a full-size refrigerator. The refrigerator is actually bigger than the beds they give you. These beds are definitely twin-size beds. But you do get a stove and a microwave and a sink. And you'll be blessed if you get clean towels every day. So you gonna have to take your dirty towels downstairs and go get some clean ones, because they don't necessarily clean every day, probably every 2 days or something. But if you bougie, bring your own towels, wash your own stuff. I brought my own blanket for show. You might want to bring a sleeping bag, because you're gonna need it anyway. It's kind of like the stuff they tell you to bring anyway in the email, but some people didn't even get the email. Like, they are very hit or miss. Like, you might have to either get a new recruiter or just wait till you get here for the correct type of information. I don't know. find your group of people like that motivates you. It don't even have to be a group, just 1 or 2 people, because being out here alone, not knowing nobody, and you got to learn all this new stuff, and it can be very frustrating. It can be overwhelming to the point where a day or 2 you probably like, what the hell did I get myself into? Or like, I should have got my CDO on my own. And then like, you can't get out here and be second guessing yourself because you already here at that point. Like, just go ahead and roll with the punches. I mean, don't be too uncomfortable, but it's a lot you can't control that you just gonna have to put up with. Thankfully, I got lucky. So the people, like I said, I started at Lone Star. The people that were at Lone Star that I started with, we ended up linking back up on the Greyhound when I was coming from Prime. I took a little week break, and then I started back here. So I was able to sit next to and be with, once we got here, my group of friends. Shout out, y'all know who y'all are. I love y'all. Y'all my friends for life. We were able to motivate each other. Half of them done passed and got their trainer already, and I'm kind of mad at that, but it's cool because it was bound to happen anyway. I'm next. My driving test is actually this week sometime. So what I've done so far, dang, I feel like I'm all over the place. If you have questions, feel free to comment them, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability or whatever like that. But I do my driving test this week. So far, I have done my straight back perfect. My offset's great, but the freaking parallel parking, man. The freaking parallel parking is like something that I'm gonna need more practice before I actually do my driving test next week. I want to pass the first time. Like, I'm kind of hard on myself, and I've been studying like never before because I want to catch up to my friends. Like, I want to be in my own truck soon. So they're my motivation. I'm my own motivation. You're gonna have to not do anything else, like, as much as you study, as much as you want. This will show like when you get out there to practice. Trust me, they're watching you, and they're seeing like in between time, like when I'm not on the truck, because there might be 5 or 10 people ahead of you depending on how big your class is. Once again, I got lucky. My class is small. When I was at Prime, the class was freaking 200 people. I got here and my class is only like 15. So we get to get on the truck like a lot throughout the day. And I'm so grateful because I don't know what I would do if I only got to get on the truck one time practicing parallel, which I suck at the moment. So where was I at? I got this list and I'm trying to stay on track because I get sidetracked so easy. Then I got this AC blowing on me. I'm kind of cold. Okay, you have to cut off anybody who's not supporting you. If you on Instagram and on Facebook every day, all day, you might want to just delete the apps off your phone so you don't get on like that, because some people are not so supportive as others. Thankfully, I have a great support system as far as family and friends, so I didn't really put on that, oh, I'm in trucking school or I'm starting this new thing until I passed until I got my permit. I probably shouldn't have did that after I finished like my driving portion and got my actual CDL, but hey, I'm not tripping because this is what I want, and if you talking shit about it, then you can get cut off, like straight like that. I don't need no extra friends. Your eating habits. We got 2 cooks in our group. Shout out to Jessica. Jessica's the main cook. That's my roommate, and I love her because she literally has babied me, like, and been making sure that I eat. And because I'm the type of person, when I'm stressed, I don't eat. Like, I'll probably eat once a day. And so being here, like the first 2 weeks, I was very much so stressed out, and so I wasn't eating like that. And my whole group, I'm not gonna lie, everybody looked out, and I love y'all for looking out for me. But your eating habits, you just gonna have to make sure that you are eating your green stuff. Unless you drinking like protein shake, you're gonna need your nutrients out here in the sun, out here in this heat, and you're cramming your brain, and it's real out here in the field, for real. They do give you T-checks. T-checks is your once a week pay before you start getting paid, because you don't actually get paid by the company until you get to orientation, which you have to pass your driving test and everything. So in the meantime, they give you $70 a week. Your first week here, I think you get it on Wednesday, but after that it's every Monday. It's basically it's for anything you want it to be for, but they try to say it's only for food. You can do what you want with it, but it's not that much. It's only $70. However, use that to go to Walmart and get stuff to make your meals, because the food is expensive. The food trucks, $7, $8 for a freaking sandwich and some chips and a small drink. Like, that adds up. So that's that. You might not want to eat out every day, but you will be studying all day every day. Find you a group or a quiet place to study by yourself, because that's definitely what you're gonna have to do. A lot of people come out here and they just started studying when they got here. Let me spit this gum out. I feel like I'm chewing too hard. You gonna have to be up all night if you just waited to study till you got here. You're gonna have to be up studying this pre-chip like it's for real, like it's Bible. Like I'm on my 3rd week and I'm just now learning all the parts, and I barely know like what to say with them, if you know what I mean. Like, okay, so pre-trip. This is okay. So you don't get the whole truck necessarily. I don't know. I think you may get the whole truck, but regardless of what you get, you have to know the coupling, and you have to know the in-cab and air brakes. So that you might want to start off studying that. You can go online and this pre-trip videos. The best one that I've watched most detail is the Apex one. I think it has like 2.3 million views. It is an hour long, but I promise you, if you watch that video multiple times, and you can even look in the comments and see people saying that they passed just from watching that video. Repetitive is how you gonna get it. It's guys out here, and I don't see how they comfortable, but they failed 3 times and 4 times. Like, you're only supposed to be able to fail 3 times and they kick you out, but you can beg for your spot still and just be there still. This is just me passing through. I'm not trying to be here for 4 and 5 weeks. I'm trying to be out. Like this week, I'm trying to pass my driving test, and I'm trying to be out because all my friends are leaving me. It's only me and one of the other girls, Robin, left, and she's about to take her test before me, and it's just gonna be me. Like, I'm gonna be the only one. So I gotta make my friends proud. I gotta make myself proud. But yeah, when you're doing your maneuvers, I don't know, like, in between time, I think I started to say this, but of course I got sidetracked. In between time, study your pre-trip. In between time, watch the video. They try to say you can't be on your phone. They try to say a lot of stuff. You kind of just got to see what you can get away with. What you can't get away with is failing a drug test. So if you coming out here, somebody actually got walked out because they refused to pee, they will walk you out immediately. Like, that's something they don't play with. They do drug test you twice. The 3rd day. So when you come out here, you got to be out here Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Anyways, be prepared for the drug test. They're gonna tell you ahead of time, like the day before, that you're gonna drug test the next day. If you got to do quick fix or whatever you got to do, but don't come out here and then have to leave. Like, 1, that's embarrassing. 2, that's a waste of time and money. But they have freaking tests at Dollar Tree that you can test yourself and see if you're clean or not. So I don't understand that part. But the second time they test you is when you pass your driver portion of your CDL. To get your extra CDL, they immediately walk you to get drug tested. So be prepared for that too. That was honestly my hardest thing in getting started with trucking. I was a smoker and I just had to stop. Like, it is what it is. If you want it, you're gonna get it. But yeah, when in between time, just study so you can have this, because some people get really nervous and they know the information, but when they get out there for the test, they just blank out. You gotta study to the point where it don't matter what happens. Like, somebody could be beating you up, but you still saying that pre-trip. Like, it's got to be in your head that much, because it is a lot of information. Stay hydrated, not too much coffee. Did I finish telling the story about that? So yeah, I was drinking coffee and, you know, trying to stay up, because at that time my body wasn't adjusted to being a morning person. Now I naturally wake up at 6 o'clock. But I drank 4 cups of coffee and I like immediately like felt weird, like off. I was sweating and cold at the same time. Like, my heart was racing. It was hard to catch my breath, and I had like a slight headache. So I went up to like go drink some water. And I like kind of did one of them numbers where, oh, let me catch myself before I fall. My classmates was like, what the hell is wrong with you? You was just talking fine. Like, that's how quick it happened. I was super dehydrated. They put one of those blood pressure things or whatever on my finger to see what's going on. Like, where's my heart at? And it was 135, y'all. I don't think it's supposed to be that high. So yeah, I've been limited from drinking as much coffee. I've only had like 1 cup like every day or 2 or something like that throughout the week, because like I said, you waking up at 5 and you ain't getting back till 5, and then you got to study when you get back, and yeah, you just gonna be deprived of sleep basically. Girls, there are more girls than I thought they would be, but not so many at the same time. Like, I'll say for every 10, 12 maybe 15 guys. There's a girl. Guys, sorry to break it to you, but girls, we just better drivers than y'all. Like, one of my trainers was saying, he was like, you making these guys look bad. Like, I guess because I drove stick before I came out here. Like, I was a valet driver at Hotel Derrick in Houston. Shout out valet drivers, man, something serious. But yeah, it helped me a lot to learn how to stick shift and drive stick shift, and also I had a stick shift car. So the double clutching was the only thing that I had, and downshifting, because you don't really downshift when you're on shit. You kind of just like clutch and neutral and then brake. But they want you to downshift for the test, and they want you to double clutch for the test. After that, you could do what you want in your truck. But what was I saying? Oh, my trainer was basically like, stop making these guys look bad, because I knew how to feather the clutch. A lot of times you're not going to be giving it gas doing your maneuvers. You're just going to be lightly, you're going to be in low gear, and you're going to be lightly, you know, feathering your clutch to go and to stop. So because I wasn't like jerking the truck and stuff, and I was getting into the cones like first try, second try, other than the parallel, like I said, I need more work in that. But yeah, I did pretty good. I surprised myself, but thank you, Lord. Thank you, my angel. Like, everything is working out. I'm just hoping that I pass this driving test the first time, because I'm not trying to be held back and be the only one here just to myself, not talking to nobody mad. Music. You might want to have some headphones. You can't be on, obviously you can't be on your phone when you're riding in a truck, but you can like sneak your headphones and be listening to music while you're in between time. They have a little trailer that you can sit in so you can get out of the heat. So it's an air conditioned trailer you go into, and then they have like tents that you can be under, but obviously it's hot outside, so what's the purpose of the tents? I guess to block the sun, but it still be so hot. Lord Jesus, it be hot. Like, Dallas is hot. I live in Houston, but Dallas is like I don't know, it ain't been 107, 8, 9, 10 degrees in Houston, not that I can think of, like not while I was there. So it's a different beast. What helps to me too is like getting a cup of ice and kind of like just putting it on your neck and like on your wrist and stuff, because you gonna see if you train in the summertime in Texas and Dallas, you're gonna see. It's what you make it. I got blessed. I'm thankful. Oh, I wanted to show. So this is the hat you're gonna get for your before orientation. So this is everybody who hasn't been to orientation yet. Basically, you're not getting paid. You're just getting the $70 T-checks. And then this is the hat you get after orientation. Like I said, I got friends in high places who passed their tests and everything. So I stole this from my Uncle Day. That's what I call him. Shout out Damien. Shout out everybody, my whole group. I might as well name all of y'all. Damien, Lloyd, Ron, Robin, Coco, and Jessica. Hey y'all. Okay, so lastly, because this video is almost done. Thank you. I made it to the end. Okay, so you can practice and your stick shift, but if you don't feel comfortable, you can quickly switch to automatic so that you can hurry up and get out of here. They do let you do that. You could either tell them before you start your testing, or you could tell them like once you get to, let's say you test on everything, you pass until you get to your driving test and you fail that because you wasn't downshifting right or something like that. You could tell them right after your test and say, hey, I want to switch over to automatic, and then 2 days later you're going to test again, but it's going to be an automatic, because that's how it works. Like, if you fail and you get 3 times for everything, but like I said, you can beg for your spot and they probably gonna let you stay because they see how determined you are. But yeah, you get 3 times for everything. If you fail once in the manual, I suggest getting automatic, because basically everybody's gonna be automatic pretty soon. They have these people who are like hard set on, no, I don't want to have any restrictions, blah blah blah. Look, get your stuff in balance and get whatever you want to get later on. Like, okay, like we have to, regardless, we have to wait to get our hazmat endorsement, but I have my tanker's endorsement. I gotta wait 6 months to be able to actually start driving tanker. Like, you just gotta be patient with it and know that, okay, at least I got my CDL. That's what I really came here for. Who cares about automatic or whatever? But yes, I do want to do tanker. Actually, eventually, overall, I want to like have my own truck and either haul cars or like move people like houses and stuff. And then eventually, like after I'm done driving trucks, I want to have my own studio. because I am a drummer. I want to teach kids how to play the drums and all that, and I just want to be at home doing my studio thing. And then I don't know, who knows, I might be still doing hair on the side. But I know for sure, for a fact, like, I'm gonna have me a house or two before I just retire out of trucking, and my mama gonna be straight. Like, everything gonna be good before I just stop driving. Like, this is something that I should have been did when I was 21. I'm 26. But better late than never. Like, I've always been a driver. I've driven to New York by myself from Texas. I've driven to Florida multiple times. I used to stay in Florida. I used to stay all over. My parents were in the Air Force. So I just say, if it's what you want, it's what you're gonna get, and it's gonna be worth it, man. Just keep watching the YouTube videos. So many out there, nameless, countless videos, but I will say, for a fact, Pink helped me out. Nic&Carla, shout out y'all. Man, it's so many. That's another video I will shout out, like, everyone who I watch. I've watched thousands of YouTube videos, no lie. And then the trucking app, DMV Genie and CDL Prep, that's what helped me pass my test, hands down. I didn't study these books that they give you. I didn't. Apps all day, every day, and they will tell you otherwise. The trainers or whatever, they gonna tell you, well, yeah, you can look at the apps, but you got to read the book to pass. No, you don't. No, you don't. Go on those apps all day, every day, until you feel like you got it down, until you making 98s and stuff like that without, without no question. So, yeah, they have a no alcohol policy. You cannot drink alcohol on the premises. Just don't get out here and think that I don't know, what am I trying to say? You're going to have to change up a little bit. If you was a smoker, stop smoking. If you was an alcoholic, obviously you should probably chill, like, on the alcohol. Get here. You here for the whole process. Going to take a good 2 months and a half, maybe. Just sacrifice that, at least. If this is what you really want to do because it's so worth it, then that's nothing. That's a drop in the bucket. So good luck to everybody out there who going through they trucking life, school, about to do whatever. Good luck, and I hope I helped a little bit. I probably didn't even touch on everything that I was supposed to talk about because, yeah. I'll make another video at a later time. It will not take as long next time. I'll try to make one next, next Sunday. Since it's Sunday, I'll make one in a week to let y'all know how my driving test went. I hope I have tears of joy and not tears of frustration. Lastly, this is a good book. It actually has pictures. You're not going to get this exact book in Dallas. They actually gave this to us in Houston at Lone Star. But I like it because the pre-trip shows you, if I can get to it, Lord Jesus. Okay, the pre-trip shows you pictures and they're in color. The one Stevens get you when you get here, it's going to be black and white, so it's going to be hard to see a lot of the parts. So, if you want... No, I'm not even going to say that. Just get on YouTube and type in pre-trip Class A, and that video of that Apex man is going to come right up. And he's going to go through in so much detail everything. And then when you get here, you'll see that you don't have to say majority of the stuff. But, yeah, just... get started on the pre-trip, if nothing else. Like the pre-trip and studying the apps, and you'll be good. Trust me, it's all gonna be worth it. And I gotta tell myself that every day. It's all gonna be worth it. Everything happens for a reason. Like this time next year, I'll be balling in the mix and going on trips and getting my studio started. Like, man. But yeah. Good luck. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you have questions, holla at me. Ooh, I finally made it to the end of the video. All right, y'all.